Prachanda, Prime Minister of Nepal, to take the floor. Sir, the least developed countries are some of the most vulnerable to ever-increasing climate impacts around the world, while the least responsible. What are some of the priorities for the LDCs to tackle the climate crisis, and how is Nepal itself aligning with the Secretary General's acceleration agenda, including on its net zero target?
Madam Chair, Mr. Secretary General, Excellencies, I thank you, Madam Chair, for turning me the floor. Let me first respond to you as the LDC Bureau Chair, highlighting some important issues from my full statement submitted for records. As the most vulnerable countries, LDCs have been bearing the brunt of climate change, despite accounting for only 3.3% of greenhouse gas emission. For LDCs to tackle climate crisis, first, we call for effective implementation of Doha program backed with adequate resource and technology as it comprehensively addresses climate change, environmental degradation, and recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, putting resilience and risk-informed development at the core. I thank you for prioritizing LDCs in the early warning initiative. Second, I join you call to double adaptation finance by 2025 and urge for devoting half of climate finance to adaptation. Third, we urge for the fulfillment of 100 billion climate finance commitment, replenishment of Green Climate Fund, and operationalization of loss and damage fund with simple and easy access procedure for LDCs. Fourth, we commend your initiative and effort for a just transition, urging for enhanced support and investment to meet SDG 7 in LDC, as 48% their population lack access to electricity. And fifth, the global stock take during COP28 must be a moment of critical course correction to keep alive 1.5 degree target. We are facing frequent and highly damaging climate disaster. Despite challenges, Nepal is committed to the Paris Agreement and to our national goal to reach net zero by 2045. To this end, we have already submitted an updated NDC and aligned our national policies and plans within it. Recently, my government has approved a detailed NDC implementation strategy to achieve target across sector. Let me share some critical progress. In 2020, we set a target to maintain 45% of our territory under forest cover by 2030. We have already achieved this target with our forest coverage now standing just over 45%. Against our target of clean energy generation from 1,400 megawatts to 15,000 megawatts by 2030, we have already reached nearly 3,000 megawatts, and with ongoing hydro and solar project, we are well on track to achieve the target. Our efforts to promote electric vehicles are progressing well. Recently, we have added over 50 charging stations and we are installing additional 500 charging stations and shortly, mostly for public vehicles. We pursue locally led adaptation approach and involve local communities, indigenous people, women, and young people in climate actions. Our top priorities include promoting a green and resilient economy. We are pleased to be part of your adaptation pipeline, accelerator, and early warning initiative and assure my government's full support and commitment to them. To conclude, let us ensure that this summit and COP28 become true turning point in our fight against climate crisis. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.